100 for 100. That's the podcast, man, where we take 100 films I've suggested for people who are just now getting into watching movies. These are the joints you need to check out, and I ranked them from 100 to 1 for your listening pleasure to check out, because I think these are very, very good entry-level films here, and each one of them comes equipped with a 100-word review. That's how you get the whole title of this joint, 100 for 100, man. We put them out one a day for the first 100 days of 2020, and today brings us number 66. Number 66 is our first trilogy popping up on the list. That's right, I cheated. I think there's like 3 trilogies on here, maybe. Deal with it. Number 66 is Lord of the Rings. It spanned from 2001 to 2003, all directed by Peter Jackson. Shout out to New Line Cinema. And yeah, man, this is the film, right? Or these are the films, right? This is the one that made nerds go, oh my God, our time has come. Let's get into this 100-word review. Fantasy is one of the least respected genres in film. Peter Jackson made long strides to legitimacy with the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Tackling the story previously thought impossible to adapt, the series hews incredibly close to J.R.R. Tolkien's classic while adding a few elements to flesh out the world of Middle-earth. Enough credit cannot be given to the Weta Workshop breathing life into Middle-earth, making it a character all its own, featuring an all-star cast, including Elijah Wood, Ian McKellen, Viggo Mortensen, and more. This trilogy will go down as one of the all-time greats. I believe it. You believe it. We all believe it. Man, this whole series is just the dopeness, right? A lot of people had some issues with it. There's no Tom Bombadil. A lot of people had issues with no Tom Bombadil. Me, I never really quite cared, because if you cut the whole Tom Bombadil sequence from the book, nothing really changes. And I think that's why I took it out in the first place. The hobbits still leave. They still get to the village of Bree. Without Tom Bombadil in the mix, everything's all good. But if they did have Tom Bombadil, in my head, it will always be John Goodman. Anyways, a lot of this film rests on the connection between the characters, between specifically, obviously, Frodo, Sam, to a greater extent, Frodo, Sam, and Gollum, because they are a strange, dysfunctional family from Two Towers on. The interaction between the Fellowship and Fellowship of the Ring. The love share between Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas as they hunt for Merry and Pippin. A lot of this, the weight rests on how well you get the character interaction down. And shout out to Jackson for trying to go as practical as possible and building actual physical sets, because that's what always will draw the viewer in over CGI. You go look in 2001 at, say, Lothlorien, right, where the Council of Elrond is. Go look at that. That's a practical set, man. The leaves are falling all over the place. It looks lived in. Then you go look at 2002's Attack of the Clones, where everything just looks so digital and green screen. It just hurts the eyes to see it. And you know that the actors are just interacting with the nothingness that's there, especially that Obi-Wan scene where he goes in and talks to Dex. And we will always be more drawn in and more enchanted with a practical set. And Jackson knew that. Jackson's direction, it's a bold decision to film 3 movies back to back to back. Man, New Line Cinema had some faith in this dude. We tried to come and recapture that magic with the Hobbit trilogy. Obviously, that didn't quite work as well. But incredible performances from Elijah Wood, specifically, from Sean Astin, especially, from Andy Serkis, who does not get enough love in this industry. How that man does not have an Oscar for any number of works he's done. I think he should have gotten at least a nomination for Gollum, especially, or for Caesar from Planet of the Apes. Come on, recognize the man that is Andy Serkis. Even Ulysses Claw is a good character in Black Panther. It's one of those ones where I don't recommend binging all 3, not unless you just got a whole ass day open. But take a weekend, watch these movies. Just enjoy being in the setting. I think that's the one thing that, there's a whole lot of crazy stuff going on. You got a Ring of Power needs to be destroyed. You got an epic quest. You got a Hobbits getting kidnapped. You got You got to fight a giant ass spider. You got to go find the army of the undead. You got all this, you got all that. But really, it's just about these characters that are all just trying to help each other defeat one giant asshole. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. And the fact that Peter Jackson went out of his way to make sure that you felt like you were part of this world is what really resonates with this movie to me. Shout out to number 66 on our list, Lord of the Rings.